Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again on a Tuesday night. This is the world's most dangerous podcast. My speaker just knocked over my followers out there that's following me right now on Facebook. Straight Shooting with Stevie Ray, and I'm your host, Stevie Ray. And we call this Tokyo Heat with my main man, Sonny, who hopefully will be here tonight. I don't know if he will, but we shall see. Hey, Matthew, what's up? What's up, Justin? But everybody out there that's watching on Facebook, please go to Stevie Ray TV on on YouTube, or go to Twitch, Stevie Ray TV, become a subscriber. And you wouldn't have to watch me on my phone right now that I just happen to have moving right now. But Justin, what's going on? Everybody, go to Stevie Ray TV on YouTube, become a subscriber, and you can see a lot of the past shows. And you can always see the show live and the guests live. I just happen to have my phone on right now because I was talking to a bunch of my Instagram followers. And then I switch over to Facebook when I'm finished with them. But at the end of the day, man, you need to go to Stevie Ray TV on YouTube, or either Stevie Ray TV on Twitch, and become a subscriber so you guys can see the show live and not look at it through my phone, because I can only stay on for so long. What's up, J-Dog? It is what it is. Hey, Calcutta. Everybody's in the house. What's up, James? But hey, man, back for another one. We had a good time last night until my sound went out, you know. And, Calcutta just said, rest in peace, Adrian Street. Yeah, we didn't get a chance to talk about Adrian Street last night. I think he died over the weekend. But, hey, man, we want to send our condolences out to Adrian Street. A lot of you guys don't remember Adrian Street. I remember him, man. He was a very flamboyant performer, man, and he knew his stuff. Very good. I used to watch him back in the Mid-South days, man. He was very, very good. I always wondered why he didn't go to WWE, man, because I thought he had that WWE feel way before other people did, you know, and that's one thing that made him stand out. Adrian Street, man, may rest in peace. But be that as it may, now I've been getting hit all day with people still talking about this Terrence Crawford Earl Spence fight, man. Everything's going down now about people talking about he need to retire, this, that, and the other, man. At the end of the day, man, I was like, hey, bro, who are we to say what somebody needs to do? I think they got excellent physicians out there that evaluate people, and they will be the ones to say what someone needs to do, not people and voices on television that really don't know anything about professional boxing, especially some of the people that's saying this. It just behooves me that so many people are experts on shit they don't know nothing about. That's the kind of world we live in today. The experts don't know shit, and they want to tell everybody like they do know shit. That's a crying shame as far as I'm concerned. But that's the world we live in now. The dumbest of the dumb and the stupidest of the stupid are the one that's got all the advice for what everybody needs to do. How that work? But y'all, let's see if Sonny's out there, man. I'm looking for him, because I've been busy, man, dealing with a lot of things, and I haven't had a chance to talk to Sonny since last week. Y'all know he wasn't on the show last week because we had special guest Reggie Johnson on last week. And Reggie kind of like, graced the show with his boxing knowledge because of everything we had coming up. That's the way I do it sometimes, man. I found out that doing the interviews on Wednesdays are a little difficult. So I started doing them on Tuesday, and it seemed like we get more followers on Tuesday. Actually, Stevie, he was offered this is Calcutta saying this, y'all. Actually, Stevie, he was offered to go to WWE in '84, but they wanted him to shave his head, manage the Bulldogs, and details that he made not go was the. That's what they do, bro. That's what they do. Adrian was an artist too, man. He made a lot of stuff, a lot of wrestling gear and stuff like that. Started a very prominent company, man. But hey, man, I would have loved to seen Adrian Street in WWE as Adrian Street, skipping around the ring. Skipping around the ring, man. I mean, he had that thing. He had to get me down cold, man, back in the 80s, brother. He was before his time, brother. What's up, Brother Tim? Brother Tim is in the house. I just saw his name come across the board there. But, yeah, real cool. That would have been awesome, man. The idea of an expert makes no sense because things change. Well, talking about an expert, someone that has studied and has knowledge on certain things of which he's talking about. I'm talking about people that's just got a fucking opinion about something and try to profess themselves as an expert as it pertains to a professional boxer. Just because what happened in a boxing match and somebody gets their ass handed to them, it could be many, many reasons behind why he got his ass handed to him. But for somebody to come out just because you have a forum and a platform to say somebody he should consider retiring based on what? Your knowledge of what? You don't have knowledge of this. You're not a neurological doctor and somebody that has spent many years. You got these people on YouTube saying, oh, when he came out, I was there, this one guy, he's a neurologist, I guess. Oh, I seen it in his eyes. My wife said, what's wrong with him? Your wife don't know shit, whoever you are. You know what I'm saying? You can't look at somebody in a boxing match or getting ready for a boxing match and do all this telltale things before he goes out. That is the most ridiculous bullshit I ever heard in my life. And then they get on these podcasts and tell people this, that, and the other. You could be a hack. You could be calling in from the Howard Stern show for all we know. And Baba Booey doing a phony call or something like that. We don't know. But people take this kind of stuff, put it in their memory bank and then go out and recite it as if they know something that we don't know. They got professionals that evaluate people. They got professionals that get paid a lot of money that works for boxing commissions, and an athlete himself that makes that kind of money and that cares about himself as an athlete will always make sure he's in tip-top condition to do what he does before he goes out and do it. Now, granted, he may have overtrained. Granted, he may have drained himself out, trying to make weight. All that is possible, on the lower weight classes. All that is possible. He may not have hit the point that he was looking for straight on at that time. It could have been 2 days this way, 3 days the other way. We don't know. That is a possibility. But for someone to come out on their platform, on their forum, and to say somebody should consider retiring. Did anybody see Manny Pacquiao get knocked out by Marquez? Anybody see that? How many people thought that Manny Pacquiao could be knocked out? And I'm not talking about just knocked out. He was knocked cold, like what you see on a movie. Cold. Didn't know, you seen the little Tweety birds going around his head. Dicky, Dicky, Dicky. I mean, yeah, I can see him on television. And what did he do? He came back and recaptured the welterweight title. And then fought the big money fight with Floyd Mayweather. So for anybody to say what somebody else needs to do, and you're not qualified, you're just giving an opinion, and because of the mere fact that you are on a big forum and a big platform, the dumbest of the dumb and the stupidest of the stupid, the everyday moronics will believe you. And that's a travesty. I'm sorry. That is a travesty. Matthew, you know what I'm talking about. Did you see that? One pow. Dude was, Manny, I'm a big Manny fan. He was out, man. I felt bad for him. And what did the same people that was saying this about Errol Spence was saying this about Manny Pacquiao? No one has ever came back from a knockout like that. I've never seen anybody come back from a knockout. Well, apparently you ain't seen every single solitary boxing match in the world. So why don't you just keep your goddamn mouth closed? That's what I say. Keep your fucking mouth closed. And let the people that are qualified to talk about that. And they will edify us. And they will educate us. What about that? Yeah, you're right. Tommy, my man just said, DTA just said, Tommy Hearn was one of the greatest and got KO'd several times. Yeah! Remember the one against Hagler? Remember that? Stretched out. Stretched out. Did anybody say, well, I think Tommy Hearn should consider retiring? He came back, and I think he captured the super welterweight title after that. Yeah, because I think he ended up losing it to Iran Barkley. So, hey, man, anybody can go back and reinvent themselves. I don't know if the man needs to retire or not, or consider retire or not. But I don't need the people that's uneducated on that situation to tell the masses what somebody need to do. Just because you got, well, I've never seen nothing like that. You ain't been watching. I know who has seen a lot of stuff. Me. And I just chronicled a few of them right now. What about that? And I promise you, I will bet you any amount of money I know more about boxing than the very people that I'm talking about right now. Yes. Yeah, ain't no punk in me when it comes to talking about boxing. I bet you that. But I'm going to leave that alone, man. I'm going to leave it alone. I don't want to you're getting me upset, man. You're getting me upset. I don't want to get upset, man. Ronnie Shields called into the show last night. Look at me, stumbling over my words. He called into the show last night with all his stuff. I've had to educate this man on several occasions. I know he's trained many champions. I know he was a great boxer himself who fought for championships. But I have proven Ronnie Shields wrong on numerous occasions. And he knows it. And I'm going to do it again. Yes. I'm going to do it again, real cool. Coming on my show, booing me. Who he think he is? But anyway, my man is out there, man. We haven't had Sonny on in a couple of weeks, man. Let's see what he's up to, brother. And let's get him on the show right now. There he is. Sonny, are you there?
What's up, I better not say it. I've been talking to Ernest.
Oh, man. Sonny, what is the latest? Last week we had Reggie Johnson on Tuesday night. Sonny was not here. Week before that, I think I took off. Isn't that right, Sonny?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're back tonight. And
but
last night,
boxing. You're talking boxing.
Last night I was talking boxing, man.
Well, we can talk boxing again. What about that? What about that Japanese pound for pound?
Who?
My cousin, Inoue. Because, man, he hit so hard, he hit harder than you. And what happened? What happened to one of your brothers? The big
Oh,
dude.
one of my brothers.
Yeah, when he find them Japanese guy in Tokyo?
You know what? I didn't see it. I heard about it. I didn't see it. I know something went down in Tokyo, and
Come
huh?
on. What do you mean you know something went down?
Something went down. People, cause people be telling me stuff. People, the fans be sending me stuff like, "Hey Stevie, did you check out this, that, and the other?" And I'm like, I don't
It
check out. I don't check out everything, man. I know a lot of people think I do.
Japanese dude against the brother, the big brother.
And what happened?
Well, the big brother went down.
Okay, it went down. A big brother can't go down.
No, but he was supposed to be bigger and all that stuff. But no, they did have they called him Monster, right? Way, that's his nickname. And yeah, he turned out to be whatever they all said.
Calcutta said, "You talking about Bob Sapp?"
You mean,
Calcutta said, "You talking about Bob Sapp?"
yeah, Bob Sapp. I just saw him in one of them all movie where he played the J.O. Hio.
Oh, you ain't talking about the longest yard, huh?
Well, he was in that too. Yeah, the Goldberg was in that too. Then wasn't he? The
He
new
might.
young.
I can't remember. I remember Stone Cold Steve Austin being in it.
How come you're
Uh,
not in enough movie? You got the looks. You got
I
the
never
style.
auditioned. I never auditioned for that kind of stuff, man.
You don't need that.
I never had any inspirations on being in the movie business until people start asking me to be in movies.
Yeah, I think you should be.
I never inspired to do it.
I think you should be because like I told you before, every Asian man. I'm speaking for all the Asian men in this country.
Okay.
If we're walking down the street and I saw you coming down the street that way, on the same side of sidewalk,
Well,
I don't care. I don't care how nice you are. I would cross the street to avoid any kind
well,
of possible confrontation.
well, you know what I would do
Right.
if I'm driving down the street.
And the Japanese person is sitting on
And,
the
and
telephone.
I'm turning in the parking lot to let you by. That's what I'm gonna do.
They might hit you and leave you on the road.
They already did.
Well,
Yeah, they already did.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I wasn't no alleged. It's in my book. It's in my book.
It doesn't matter. You could have made up all that stuff.
I didn't make up anything. I told you and I chronicled exactly what happened. Exactly what happened. You're the one that's in denial. You're the one to try to put it on the Korean man, try to put it on the Chinese man. And I told you it was a Japanese lady.
You didn't see that lady's passport? The Japanese man said, keep it moving.
Yeah, exactly. And I can distinguish between the Chinese and the Japanese.
You can.
Yeah, because I listened to Sonny Sheba for years.
Keep it moving.
I can hear the dialect, man. I can hear the guy in the other seat.
He's a big black man. He's fine.
That's why, yeah. Sonny, what happened?
Well, I don't know. Where'd you go?
I don't know, man. You touched the deal and it went off. Oh, there it is. There it
Yeah,
is.
big black man went away.
Yeah. Yeah, run me off the road. And they act like they don't see me. Then stop.
Did
They stop. Huh?
Well, they stopped and said, hey, let's look back in the rearview mirror. Yeah, he's up. He's fine. He's a big black man. They're indestructible.
At least you admit it. See, you just admitted it. You out again.
I know it.
Yeah, you just admitted it, bro. Go ahead and tell the truth. Tell the
Well,
truth. Then hit the button, baby. I mean, hit the gas where the exhaust jumps out the tailpipe, dog. Hit the gas. Woo! Yeah. I want to get on that, Sonny. Sonny, last night,
Yeah.
I was talking about the fight this past weekend. Did you see the fight?
Oh, yeah, I watched it.
And tonight I was talking about different people coming out on their forum. I'm not going to call any names that are saying that Errol Spence should consider retiring. Well, how do
That's
you
great.
feel about that, Sonny? You've been a
Uh,
combat you've been a combat fighter.
I fought. I fought kickboxing. So, you know, look, man,
Hey,
everybody.
wait a minute, Sonny. Wait a minute.
Yep.
Got to stop you right there.
What?
J Dog just said Japanese lady cut in front of me at the gas station. That's
How
what
do you
J
know he
Dog
was
just said.
Japanese?
Huh?
I asked him how he know he was Japanese.
She had a Japanese flag in the rearview mirror hanging off.
He's a
Yeah.
fool.
Uh-huh. What about
Damn
that?
fool. Don't you know what country we're in? Dumbass. I have American flag in my card, just in case.
I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. J Dog, he just put that up there. I don't know if it's true or not. But anyway, go ahead, Sonny. Go ahead.
No, no. Yeah, I watched the fight. I watched
Okay.
the fight. I thought it was going to be a lot more closer.
Hey, wait a minute. Got to stop you again. J Dog said because my wife is Japanese, and she was
Oh,
cursing her out in her language. See what they
really?
do? See what y'all do? Didn't believe me, huh? J Dog just backed me up. Didn't believe me.
Well, that lady didn't curse you in Japanese.
Yeah, apparently she did. That's what you calling J Dog a lie? Don't be calling my followers no liars. I'm not gonna let you do that.
Well,
You just trying to
who
protect
knows?
your own. That's all. You just like the police when they shoot an unarmed man.
Did, you
You're
know?
another. You just like Richard. You're a Richard Kimball.
Did you notice something? Did you see that? Did you see that? They pulled over the a young black truck driver on the highway
Yeah, when you
because
seek the
because,
dog on it,
because he was missing the it was because he was missing the mud
a
flap,
mud flap,
and they had a mud flap.
a mud flap.
That's crazy. Then,
No,
but
no, no.
then,
Let me tell you something. This is a true story.
yeah,
I used to have a dually. Remember, I had my own trucking company, and the first
yeah,
truck I got was a dually, and I was taking some stuff to Beaumont in my dually. I just bought it, and I didn't know anything about dualies and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm
are you
just trying to
supposed to
get
have
my
a mud
business up
flap?
off the
Is
ground.
that a law?
Yes,
Oh, I didn't know that. I wouldn't know.
yes. And a police officer pulled me over. And I'm driving the speed limit because I'm in a dually. It ain't like something maneuverable that can go in and out of
Right,
traffic.
right.
I'm driving the speed limit. I got my cruise control on, which was like 65, 70, something like that. I can't even remember now.
Yeah.
Coming up I-10. And I look behind me and there's a police officer. And I pulled over and I go, what's wrong, officer? Was I speeding or something? And he's like, no, you don't have any mud flaps on your truck.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yes, that is a law in a lot of states. But anyway, go ahead and finish.
No, but so the mud flap thing was ridiculous to begin with. Not only that, he's a young black man, considering what goes on in this country.
Mm-hmm.
But not did they pull him over, but they had long guns
Right,
pointed at him.
right.
I wouldn't have got the hell out of the car either. He called the police and said, "Hey,
He's yeah, he's
I'm
afraid. Right.
I'm afraid because there's a man, this policeman. I don't know why they're pulling me over.
He
in the first
panicked.
place."
He panicked. You've seen a lot of people panic when the
Oh,
police get.
if I was a young black man, I would probably go, okay, what's going
Right,
on?
right.
But you never hear that about pulling an Asian man though. They don't pull over an Asian man and pull a long gun.
Because they can't see him while they're driving. They can't see him in the big trucks, man.
Watch him. He might be hiding some chopsticks, motherfucker.
My boy
can wonder with them kung fu with them chopsticks.
I don't know, and but
But the worst part is the
aftermath.
dog.
Well, this
The
was the
worst part is
thing,
the dog thing. The man had his hands up
right?
out of the truck. Other police officers don't let the dog go.
Right. He's got his hands up. He's no threat to anyone.
Right.
You only
Yeah,
use the
and
dog when he's a threat or he's fleeing.
Right. And they all have First of all, the
They
man
all got
has no
guns on
weapon.
him. Right.
They all have guns. Everybody
Right.
else have guns except him. And they sick the dog on him. I mean, that's so ridiculous.
And then lie and said the dog got away from me.
Yeah, no shit.
But you
It's
could
kind
hear
of
the
fair.
guy. You could hear the guy.
Yeah,
You could hear the guy telling the dog to attack him in Dutchish, because you know those German shepherds are from that part of the world.
right.
So he was saying attack him in Dutchish, which is like a Dutch,
Right.
that Nordic
Right.
area,
Right.
German, Dutch, all those people. Yeah. So then he lied and said, "Oh, the dog got away from me." Well, why were you saying that? He wasn't saying it in English. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I
Well,
guess he thought. the camels wasn't gonna pick up on it.
well, I also know this, right? They can use the dog for probable cause when they get a sniff. You call
Right.
it.
Right.
They can do that.
Yes.
Because they can't search your car without consent.
Right. Right.
So police can pull you over, and they can ask to search your car, and you say, "No, I don't consent to that."
Right.
And at that point, police can go, "Well, we're going to bring a dog."
Right.
Now, dog can actually hit the car and say, bark or do a gesture.
Right.
That say they
Right.
smell something.
Right.
And that becomes a probable cause.
Right.
Okay? But I know this for a fact because I used to work with police.
Okay.
Okay? They can make those dogs do whatever they want.
I know, and that's why they do that.
Yeah, of course.
That's
can
why they
make
do
the
that.
dog, my dog smelt something.
Our dog got a hit.
Right.
Tear the car apart. The dog got a hit. Tear the car apart. Ain't nothing in the car. How did the dog get a hit?
Right.
A hit on what? You know how much stuff got to be in your car for him to get a hit?
Yeah. He's just looking,
I mean, no. That's their way of searching without having a search warrant.
correct. Yeah.
That's the word searching without that. Somebody just asked, what state was that in? I can't remember what state that was in. What state was that in?
Every state in the country.
I guess you're right. But they was talking about this particular. Calcutta said even in Illinois we have mud flaps for pickup trucks and delivery trucks. Yeah, but see, the thing about the dualies, they got the wide hips and they got the 4 tires in the back. Anything that's got 4 tires in the back here in Texas, I don't know about other states, requires you to have mud flaps.
See, I have the RV. I don't have no mud flaps. I have 4 tires in the back.
I don't know if that's just for commercial vehicles or what. See what I'm saying? It might just be for commercial vehicles. I don't know. But it is a law here in Texas. I mean, you can't even get an inspection without mud flaps if you got a commercial vehicle. Can't even get an inspection. Yeah.
Okay,
Unless somebody just give you one that doesn't know. Huh?
Let's get back to boxing. First of all, I had my money on Bud, Crawford.
Okay.
I had my money on him. Problem was what I thought was Spence. He hadn't fought for a long time because he had that.
Well, that's true, but last time Bud fought was last year also. He did take a tune-up fight, though. He did take a tune-up fight.
Yeah.
But being off for a while is not out of the norm for Spence because of the accident that he had. He had a couple of accidents. So it's been times that he's been away for a while and still came back and did his business.
But they were saying that car accident actually it caused some,
Well, this is the thing. This is what I'm talking about right now. That's what I started the show off with. They're talking about that. Who's talking about that? Because he fought Danny Garcia and beat him. He fight Udanis Ugas and stopped him. So if you're going to bring up the neurological problem that you suspect the person to have, even though he's gone to specialists to make sure he can keep a license to box and was cleared by specialists, why do you say it now when he gets in the ring with a superior athlete? He didn't get beat by a neurological problem. He got beaten. I don't want to use the wrong word. You know me, I have to check my grammar. He was beaten by a superior boxer.
Yeah, it was a pretty good beating.
Right.
I mean,
And this is the thing. He was fighting, this is my opinion. He was fighting with emotion because he had never been hit like that before. And every time he got hit and he could hear the crowd go, ooh, he was trying to get back.
yeah,
Trying to get some get back by coming in wailing big punches and stuff. And Bud Crawford knew he was going to do that.
yeah.
Every time you come in swinging, I'm going to counter hook you from a southpaw stance, of which you haven't fought a southpaw in 8 years.
No, it was a hell of a fight, although it was one sided. But
Right.
but I thought
But
it
he
was
fighting with emotions. He couldn't change up and go. The way he boxed in the first round was good. He was taking his time, filling the guy out, so on and so forth. Second round, bam, he gets knocked down. First thing he wants you to do, I got to make up for this in the next round.
right.
So now I'm fighting with emotion and not intellect. And Bud Crawford doesn't fight with emotion. He only fights with. And you see how calm he was when he was sitting down?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Bud Crawford was just sitting there like another day in the park, bro.
And he's really, his IQ is something else.
That's my point. He knew what you were going to do. If I get you frustrated, you get mad. In a boxing match, you cannot get angry.
And Bob Crawford is known to be amazing counterpuncher. So,
Right.
So,
From both, from conventional and southpaw.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Brandon just said, I said that, Stevie, once he got knocked down, the game plan went out the window. You know something, Brandon? I agree with you, but I think you're giving him a little bit too much because he never had a game plan. His game plan in every fight he's ever had is to seek and destroy. Come in and try to walk you down and make you submit.
Bore you.
Well, right.
Yeah.
So that's how a lot of his fights go to the end, and the other guys just run out of gas because he outworks them and he's putting heavy pressure on you. Well, you got to realize Bud Crawford has the footwork of a dancer.
No, he's amazing.
So when you try to put heavy pressure on him, I'm just going to get out the way. Did you see him? Bud Crawford is one of those guys that got what we call, when I was a kid growing up, a person that's got gristle strength. He's not a built guy, but he got the strength of a man that's a big guy. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to go to gym. Back when I was a kid, I used to go to gym, when I was a young man. And you got guys in there that don't weigh 150 pounds, bench pressing 315 pounds.
Yeah, like their tendons are bigger than us.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And
They're
that's
like
Bud Crawford.
as strong as you could be.
Did you see him push Spence?
The second round.
Yeah, I was like, damn.
The second
Like,
round.
get the hell off me, man.
Spence
Back
came
up.
in and they almost bowled him, and they went like this.
Right.
And Crawford just shoved him back.
I was like, wait a minute. I thought he was supposed to be the bigger man.
Right. And,
But Crawford said, a lot of people look at me, they don't realize I'm strong. That's what he said. I'm strong. He said that on the interview. He said, a lot of people don't know. I'm strong. That's why he said, it ain't going to be no problem with me going up to 54.
And and he's right. When I also heard his interview afterwards, they asked him, who's pound for pound, because they were talking about Inoue, the Japanese
Right.
kid. And he, you got to give him. He's logical. He said, I was number one before. Spence was number 4.
Right.
So who's number 1 now? You know what I mean? I was number 1 before.
Right.
I mean, he really is. He's amazing.
Oh, this is the thing, man. Travis just said on my Facebook thing that they're talking about. Last night I was telling Ronnie that I thought Keith one-time Thurman should be the next in line. I know they got a rematch clause, but I thought Keith Thurman should be the next in line to fight Bud Crawford. And the reason I say that is every other welterweight has gotten beaten, even the top welterweight, Errol Spence, by either Spence or Crawford, and now Crawford beat Spence. The only guy that hasn't tangled with the other welterweight guys or these two guys is Keith one-time Thurman.
Yeah.
Now, Ronnie came on the show last night, and he was like, forget one-time Thurman, blah, 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 blah. But see, Ronnie works for PBC, trains PBC fighters. Had one of his fighters on early in the show,
Oh.
you know, and he would, and like I was telling the people last night, you don't want Keith to get his bag. Everybody else done got their bag. And I said, Ronnie, you done got your bag. I see the new gym he done built over here on the southwest side. Okay? Got all his cohorts in there,
Yeah.
flying them in from all over the world. I see the new house that he done built out there in Sugar Land. I seen him walking down the street with $100 bills hanging out his back pocket. Now he don't want Keith one-time Thurman to get his money. Come on, I can't let him do that.
So one of the things that people don't understand, it's also a business. That it's a payday.
Right.
Win, lose, or draw, it's a payday.
Right.
Anybody's gonna fight.
Exactly.
Anybody's gonna fight Crawford. Next person's gonna fight. They're gonna have biggest payday of their lives.
I just saying, Keith one-time Thurman been out for a while. He fought last year. As a matter of fact, a lot of people don't know this. Brandon probably know. Real Cool probably know. Some of the guys that really follow boxing. The fight that we saw Saturday night was going to be Keith one-time Thurman and Errol Spence the month before.
Oh.
But once they got that fight signed, then one time had to move out the way. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So he was in position for the big payday, for the really big payoff, baby, like we used to call it back in the day. The big payoff. But like a gentleman, he moved out the way and let the two top. Now, I think one time, I don't know if he beats Crawford, but I'm going to tell you this. He's more of an athlete with his feet than Spence is. And I think he gives Crawford a better fight.
Yeah, because Spence only have one gear.
That's it.
Go forward, beat you, and he'll take some
That's
shots.
it.
He'll just beat you. He'll keep coming.
What's up, Punisher? What's up, Gregor? Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Now, somebody was just saying that they're talking about that fight in December. I wouldn't want to see Spence fight in December. Let him take the year off, man. Maybe come back next summer.
Good 8-9 months. Jeez.
Yeah, easy. And then come back with a tune-up fight and then maybe fight Crawford later on next year.
Yeah.
Depending how good he looks in the tune-up fight.
But look like Crawford was talking about going up to what, 52?
54. But see, Keith Thurman was going to fight. He was going to fight Spence at 54. Keith is a big welterweight. And that's what I'm saying. If they're going to go up to 54, but I think he should have one more shot at 47 with Thurman. Just to submit, you got all the belts. Defend them at least one time, Sonny.
Yeah.
At least one time.
See the weigh-in? Those men were shredded, both of them.
Yes. But Ronnie called in the show last night, and what he said was, this is what he said. And the guy that trains Spence also trains Charlo.
Okay.
The one that Ronnie trains, his brother. He said at the weigh-in, because I watched the weigh-in on YouTube. He said when Spence took his clothes off, he had picked Spence until he took his clothes off. He said when he took his clothes off, he could see something. He looked too drained. And he said that he had talked with, I can't remember if it was Bo Mack or Derek James. It might have been Bo Mack. And they said the same thing. When they seen him take his clothes off, they knew you have really dried out too much. Now, that's stuff we don't see because we're not in that business.
Right.
We're not in that business. But Ronnie's a trainer. He's been around this stuff all his life.
Yeah.
And he said as soon as he saw that, he knew it was going to be a problem for him that night. But that's coming from one of the best trainers in the world.
Now, they weigh in day before.
They weigh in on Friday.
So how much weight do they gain back by the time?
I don't know. They didn't show it.
They usually do, though.
They used to in some fights, but I haven't even seen that lately, so I guess they stopped doing it.
I would like to know, because a lot.
I would too.
Yeah, because you of course you rehydrate, but I mean, listen, my kid. See, I never had to really cut too much weight because I was.
Pretty much fought at the weight you walked around at.
Yeah, yeah, I was. I fought at 118. I had a hard time making 150. You know, and no, no kidding. And
Right. No, I was laughing at Scott. He said, I've been walking, taking those $100 bills. When I said running, been walking around, I can see them $100 bills hanging out his back pocket.
but the
But
people who
anyway, go
have
ahead.
never done that, like wrestlers, like my
Right,
kid, you have to cut
right.
weight. And those are hard.
It's hard.
It's hard.
But this was the thing, Sonny. It wasn't released to the public. But I was watching some behind the scenes stuff and people talk about. Because, see, that's what I do, Sonny. And I'm not a television guy like a lot of these other guys. And they come out with opinions after they've watched television. Well, I'm a guy that's in the trenches, Sonny. And I'm out there getting the behind the scenes chatter. That's what I do. I get the behind the scenes chatter. And I'm going to tell you what the behind the scenes chatter was.
Okay.
Something of which you're not privy of, and most
No,
people are not.
no, we don't hear that.
You know what the talk was?
No, we don't hear
You
that
know
in
who
the
was
Asian community.
what was that?
We don't hear about that in the Asian community. What the black man boxers are doing. We don't.
Well, Stevie Ray know people in the know, brother. I'm not some Johnny come lately. That's why I get people arguing me like I'm sitting in the barber shop, okay, getting a touch up on the neck.
And I don't know any black man named Johnny. Do you?
Why? Yeah.
You know a black man named Johnny?
Yes.
Who?
Many of them.
No, I have never met a black man named Johnny.
That's because you ain't been around enough black men in Iowa. That's why.
Well, there's only 6.
That's why Iowa and Wyoming, that's why no black folks don't live there.
Yeah. Well, it's too cold.
Well, that's why I'm coming to take one of those states. Reparations, baby. Reparations. You might have to move out, Sonny.
Well, I'm willing to move. That's all right.
I want you to take all that stuff you got on the wall, all of your karate gis and stuff like that. Take that stuff down. Okay?
Now, people don't know that I was actually a fighter. So there.
Well, like I said, that's not going to be.
See the
That's not.
boxing glove? You see
I
that?
see. I see.
You see the championship from '87? My all black belt. Oh, Muda's mask is here. What the heck? Okay.
Ah,
Okay.
it's all there, baby. I
Yeah,
want
it's
you to
all
pack everything. I'm gonna send you. This is the thing. Within my reparations, I'm paying. The government is going to pay for you to move. Okay?
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah. The
Okay.
government is going to pay for it. That's the deal I'm working.
I don't
So
mind.
they sending you a U-Haul truck. Okay?
I'm
They sending you a big U-Haul.
Houston.
Huh?
I'm gonna move to Houston. It's a little humid there. I'm not sure.
What? No. I got a state picked out for everybody. I'm working on that right now. But see, y'all ain't coming to Texas. I'm gonna tell you that now. But I got another state. I got another state hooked up. Okay.
No, huh? Yeah.
Everybody's going. I'm gonna give you the state. Everybody's going to New Mexico.
Oh man, I don't want to go. Can I go to Old Mexico? I mean,
No,
why
man,
do
you
I go
got
to
New Mexico, man. You be out there or Arizona. I'm working on those 2 states where you can see some tumbleweeds.
That's pretty hot. That's pretty hot. People go, yeah, it's hot, but it's dry heat. I don't.
Exactly.
It's still hot.
So if a scorpion come up to you and bite you on the ass, that's not my fault. Okay?
Man, that's horrible.
Well, I'm just saying, man. I mean, it is what it is. But that's what's going on in the reparations. But this is the deal. Let me get back to what I was talking about.
Okay.
The talk behind the scenes that people don't know about.
Right.
That Crawford didn't make weight the first time.
Oh, really?
Yes. And he had to go dry out and come back and reweigh himself. Yes. Now, how true that is, hold on a second. Hello?
Hello?
Can I help you?
Oh, hi, good day. This is Bella, and I'm calling from the Embassy Suites. How are you today?
I'm sorry. Who are you?
I'm sure my name is Bella, and I'm calling from the Embassy Suites, the hotel.
Oh,
The
Embassy Suite
hotel.
Hotel. I love Embassy Suite.
Yes.
Okay, how can I help you, ma'am?
And the reason of my call, sir, is we are inviting you to be one of our guests for our upcoming anniversary. And in exchange of your time and effort,
Ma'am, get
you're
out of here.
entitled to receive. Sorry?
I'm like, get the fuck out of here. But
Oh,
anyway,
oh man, that was rude.
hey man, look, bro. I mean,
Hey,
I'm trying to take
hey,
care of business, man.
but you
And
know that.
I got some Japanese lady on the phone.
No, it was no. You know she wasn't Japanese.
Well, she was Chinese,
No, no, she was
Filipino,
Filipino. Yep,
even
yep,
worse.
yeah, yeah. It's the Asian people. Asian people with a Mexican name. They're Filipino.
Oh man,
That was rude,
I'm
man.
just messing with her. Get out of here, brother. I'm trying to conduct the show here.
That was rude.
She done make me lose my train of thought.
All right, tell me. Okay, so he didn't make weight.
Yes. No, that was the talk. This is no lie. And this was coming from reliable sources.
But
I don't
when you
like to
don't
put
make a
business
weight,
in. I don't
though.
like to put people business in the street.
No, I
But
know. But
that's
if you
what,
on the
huh?
weight, if you don't make a weight, you have something like so many minutes. You have like they give you time to go.
Right.
You know, I'm sure if he was a pound over or whatever.
It ain't got to be but a pound.
I know, but I mean, well, there was the Ultimate Fighter last week. The guy,
Right.
guy was pound over. He didn't want to go sit in a sauna, which
Right.
which is right for him to do. He cut his hair. He had dreads. He just
Uh huh.
chopped it off,
Did
and
that get it? Did that get him under?
yeah,
I'll be damned.
yeah.
Because some of those MMA guys, they go through hell, bro.
Oh, I know.
They go through hell trying to make weight, man. Because see, the weight classes in MMA are totally different from
Yeah,
boxing. Because boxing only goes up 4 to 7 pounds.
right.
Each weight class, 4 to 7 pounds. Like going
MMA is
from
between 8 to 12
going from
pounds.
like 26 to 30, 30 to 35, 35 to 40, 40 to 47, 47 to 54, 54 to 60, 60 to 68, 68 to 75. That's
You can't,
boxing.
and you can't make none of them weights.
Now, what I'm saying is in boxing, it's not a big difference,
No,
whereas in
I know.
MMA, it's 70 and then 85.
Yeah, no, I know.
That's a big difference, man.
And he still can't make weight, Stevie Ray.
Yeah. And then 85 to 205.
Yeah, yeah, you still can't make weight.
I'm just saying, the guys in those smaller weights, it's a big jump.
Yeah,
In
no, it is.
boxing, it was easy for Terrence Crawford to go from 35 to 47 because as you age, your body expands anyway.
Yes. Yeah. No, yeah,
So
you're correct. Yeah.
what did he make? My boy Punisher just asked me, what did he make weight or not? He would have still been. Yeah, that we're not talking about who would have won the fight, but I'm just talking about, when people are making these assumptions, or not assumptions, but they're saying how Spence dehydrated himself so much to make weight because he was so big because he hadn't had a fight in a while. So his
Yeah.
training camp really took a toll on him.
Hmm.
Whereas Bud Crawford was training in Colorado, and then he was going back and forth to two different places and stuff like that. Had a nutritionist, had all the doctors and stuff around him to get ready for this
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah. So he
To
was
get
training
ready.
ahead
I
of
mean,
altitude.
nutritionist. He had the nutritionist. He had, everybody, his whole team, and they didn't go home for 3 months. Nobody seen their home in 3 months.
You know what was really cold? I thought Spence's coach left right after the fight, or right after the next day. He was gone.
Right.
Win, lose, or draw, man. You know what I mean. If I'm your coach, I can't. I won't be scheduling anything to go out of country. You know what I
Now,
mean?
Chosen Power just said this. What do you think about this, Sonny?
Yeah.
Uh, MMA training is a whole nother level of conditioning. Salute to those guys and girls. Well, with all due respect, training is training. If you want to be a world class disciplinarian in anything, but the training is not what we're talking about. Training is a whole different category. It's when you at a lower weight and you're trying to make a weight and your body doesn't want to be that weight anymore.
Right.
Or your body struggles against you because it starts to rebel when it doesn't have anything to eat off anymore.
Right.
That's what we're talking about. Not so much as the training. Who cares about the training? I mean, at the end of the day, training is one thing. Cutting weight and getting ready for a fight and still trying to keep your conditioning and still trying to keep your health and still got to get in there and fight. That's two totally different things.
Yeah, conditioning
Totally.
is one thing. Conditioning is basically the same, but you're
Right.
talking about. I mean, you know,
Right.
but you're talking about conditioning to fight MMA, boxing. Yes, that's different.
Right.
But far as being in shape, conditioning is the same.
Because it's like this. You look at
Yeah,
those little
yeah.
gloves. I don't know how many people out there has put on an MMA glove. MMA gloves feel a little bit bigger than a weightlifting glove.
You know what they are? They protect your knuckles. That's all.
That's
they
it,
Are.
your knuckles. Now I want people out there, like Trojan just said, go put a boxing glove on both of your hands, and throw some punches for 60 seconds.
For that matter, that's why they have those. You know, those 16-ounce gloves.
Right.
Try that.
Oh, I've done it.
16-ounce glove is no joke.
I've done it. People do not know. You see these guys doing this for 12 rounds?
Yeah.
You can't do it for 60 seconds before your trapezius, your latissimus dorsi, your shoulders.
Now, those guys fought with 10-ounce glove, if I'm right? They're probably
Who?
10-ounce glove.
This weekend,
Yeah.
I don't even think it's a 10-ounce glove in boxing anymore.
Well, they go 8 or 10.
I think it was 12.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
It's
Calcutta, look that up for me. Because all of that's in the negotiations.
right, but
All
I
that's in
think,
the negotiations. And
Yeah.
the boxing who oversees whatever WBC, WBA, whatever.
they look like 10-ounce gloves. See, the boxing glove. that I
Like
bought
Brandon
was-
just said, look at Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather. Round 6, he was gassed. That joker felt like he was doing 315-pound shrugs. Them gloves were about to pull. I bet you when they pulled them gloves off, his arm was a foot longer. Like
Yeah,
like a little.
Back in the day when I fought, you know, one of the biggest thing I ever got was my shoulders for just keeping my hands up. You know.
People don't realize how heavy boxing gloves are.
No, correct. Especially, well, that's why, you know how you're supposed to bring everything back to your chin? That's why if you watch boxing from the first round
Right.
to like 7th round, they're doing this.
Right.
Your hands are coming back down. You know, they're not coming back to your chin.
But what I'm saying is, imagine what kind of condition. First of all, your body develops just like anything else. The muscles that keep your hands up develop themselves to keep your hands up.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't box every day,
No.
you ain't going to be able to keep your hands up. Just like anything Calcutta says, the type of glove that was purchased is determined by the person's weight. 8 ounce, 10 ounce, common for competitive boxers who compete in the main event. 12 ounce, common for women and those with small hands for training. Ounce. 16 ounce, common for people of the average size, used to training for 18 ounce and 20 ounce, used for people in larger weight classes for
But
training.
what weight did they fight with? What weight
I don't know. Calcutta, see if you can find out what glove size they had on the fight Saturday night. What's up, Jeff? Calcutta find out. But be that as it may, for those guys, that's common. For anybody else, they might be 8 ounce, they might be 10 ounce. But when you put them on, they feel like 50 ounce when you put them on.
Oh,
And a
yeah.
lot of those guys train with the heavy gloves. You know what I'm saying? A lot of those guys train with the heavy gloves because you're building your muscles up. So when you put the lighter gloves on, you got more hand speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of, when are you making your next appearance there, Stevie Ray?
When am I making my next appearance? I'm not even thinking about appearances, man. I've been knee deep in my book, man. And I've been knee deep in a few other personal things that's been
I know
going
you're
on.
knee deep in a lot of stuff,
Right.
but
But as
Starcast,
far as my next appearance, I haven't even given it thought.
you got,
I haven't even given it any
I
thought, to
love
be
to see
honest.
you in Chicago in the Starcast,
When is that?
September 2nd through the 4th. I'm bringing a big Japanese legend in. Hasn't
Who?
been here forever.
Who?
I can't say right now.
Oh, okay.
I have to,
Bull Nakana?
no, no.
The
But
Great
it's one-
Muda?
No, Muda been. He's a legend, but he hasn't been here. I mean, no, he's been here a few times. I brought him in. This is somebody. who
Somebody that
hasn't
hadn't been here in a long time.
Yeah.
Chono?
No, that would be a good one though.
Yeah,
I
it
think
would be.
Tono would draw. Yeah.
That would be.
But yeah, there's a video of him shaking me when he turned NWO.
I saw that.
I
saw somebody posted that online.
And he couldn't rip it.
Huh?
On the show, he was trying to rip the New Japan shirt. And you know how we gimmick the shirt usually?
Right.
Because he's got these
Right.
collars. Well, we didn't gimmick it. So he thought he was going to rip it, and he couldn't rip it. So he had me shaking all over the goddamn place, threw me down.
Calcutta says Killer Khan.
Calcutta.
See, Calcutta know these things, man.
Yeah, no, not yet. No, that's not right. But the people be surprised. The September yeah, Steve Ray should come up. It's only in Chicago, man. You should come up. Get away from all that heat. The
I know,
humidity.
man. I know, man, but
We go.
I don't know.
If he was Detroit, I know you come because we go back up to that runway club.
Oh. In Chicago, I've always loved Chicago. Hell, I got friends in Chicago. I got friends.
Oh,
I got friends
by the way,
from
I did talk-
some of
I
my
did talk-
some of my auto racing buddies are in Chicago.
Okay, but I did also talk to. Remember, a few weeks ago, last time I talked to you about maybe doing a commercial for
Yeah.
a mattress company. So
Hey, what happened to Mike Weber? I'm still waiting to hear from him.
I gave you his number. Call him.
You did?
Yeah,
You got to send it to me again because I don't remember you sending it. Give me.
yeah,
Giving it
yeah.
to me.
Because I talked to him about doing this, on his on Fight TV.
Okay. Because now I see I got Fight TV on my regular TV now.
Oh, you gimmick TV.
My regular TV, not my gimmick TV. Talking about gimmick. I said regular. Regular TV into them. Because I got a Ruco television, so it's got a lot of stuff
okay.
on it. Yeah. So it got a lot of stuff in it that picks up on the regular antenna that I didn't even know I had.
Oh,
I'm talking about like a zillion, like 70 stations. I didn't even know I had. Yeah, I didn't even know I had. All kind of stations on there. I can look at Baywatch 24/7.
oh, like Baywatch, like this.
Who is that?
Gorgeous George.
That Gorgeous George?
Well,
How
yeah,
many years ago was that picture taken?
Well, she don't look like this no more.
Oh, okay.
You know.
That's why I asked how many years ago was it.
Yeah, yeah. But these girls write because they wrote. It says, "I can't wait." This is wrote to my then 8-year-old. She wrote to Cass.
How
I can't
old is
wait
he
to
now?
meet you. Blah blah all this. And then she wrote. She wrote her phone number and says, "Call me." then, and this. You remember Spice?
Yeah.
Yeah, she said to Sonny, my favorite troublemaker, she said, all my love and dirty thoughts. See, they're always trying to get my ass in trouble. Show that stuff to my wife. No, see, there's one.
Now who's that?
That's Liz, Elizabeth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I had
yeah,
a glare on it. I couldn't see it.
yeah. I know. When the glare hits them white women, boy, they just go away.
I don't know, man. I'm having to think about that because I hadn't been thinking about it. Only thing I've been thinking about was maybe Russell Cade. That's the only one I've been thinking about.
Right, right. Yeah.
Because I'm like that what you call Conrad that puts on the
Starcast.
right Starcast. Uh I'm gonna just be honest with you, bro.
Yeah.
And anybody out there that's listening right now, I've just had my fill, and I know it's kind of messed up, but I'm sorry. It's just the way I am. I just had my fill with these conventions, man. I'm
If you
just,
do too
I'm,
many of
I'm,
them,
I'm just,
yeah,
I'm just fucking done with them, brother. They're not what they used to be.
it's too many of them.
It's not so much as too many of them. It's just the fact that I hate wasting my time. And when I leave, I'm competing with people that's never done anything in this business. No disrespect to them
No,
or
I agree.
anything like that. It's just the fact that I was telling you the story about this guy in California that used to book me and my brother to come out to California and do, you know, sign autographs with legends.
Mhm.
And I was telling you that I used to ask myself, what the hell am I doing here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Because it was nothing but legends. And these people, they were getting paid a shitload of money.
yeah. Oh
Now,
yeah,
back in the day when I first started doing conventions, Sonny, I used to make so much money.
yeah,
I used to make so much money, man. And that was whether I was with my brother or not. You know, I made so much money. Now, the money is just not there. You got to work so hard for it. Well, I used to could just show up and I just get paid, regardless of
right.
I was out there 2, 3 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's usually
In
three
one
hours.
day, and I get a shitload of money.
Well,
But
here's the
now,
problem. Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. I was just talking. There was a fan fest in East. I won't mention it, but Kane was there.
yeah,
Um,
I saw people posting it online.
okay, but all the money went to just few people.
Right,
Rightly so. It's okay. That's great. But they had a room full of people
right,
from TNA.
right,
The people that I couldn't name, no
right,
disrespect, I
right,
couldn't name, um, uh, that I have no idea who they are.
right.
Like indie guys, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And like I said, no disrespect. It's
Right,
just that I felt bad for them because they weren't getting any, you know,
right.
they weren't
And
selling
just
a
kind of
lot of
like
stuff.
sitting here.
Yeah, you know, and so I'm sure, you know, um, Bret Hart, Kane, and those guys made money.
Well, see,
You know,
this the deal. These little young guys that's bringing guys like that in, they hope they make their money back.
right?
And there's no guarantees that they are going to
No,
break even.
no,
There's no
no,
guarantees.
no.
But like you said, a few people suck up everything, and then it's the lowest on the totem pole everywhere else.
The problem is this, and I think you and I discussed this before, and I came to this conclusion is to be a fact. I talked to Ernest about it,
Uh huh.
and
You went out again, Sonny.
want to do all they want to do is they want to be your buddy.
Right.
If I pay $2,000 and bring Stevie Ray in,
Mm-hmm.
that means I can hang out with Stevie Ray.
Right.
You know, indirectly, right? You know what I mean? I'll take him out to dinner, you know, and we'll have a couple of drinks at the bar
Right.
after the. Now I get to be, I for a couple $1,000, I get to be Stevie Ray's buddy for the weekend,
Right.
and that same thing. That's how I feel, and I feel bad. I said, listen, if you want to just have dinner, just call me up.
Yeah.
You fly in yourself. We don't need to go through
Right.
this, you know,
Right.
and hope that they can make some money back.
Right.
Um,
And the reason, and
yeah,
one of
it
the reasons
becomes,
I say that is this. People contact me all the time. I don't talk about it, but people contact me all the time about
oh yeah,
different shows going on, and then I give them a number. Then it's like, well, we got to see if we got that in the budget. Okay, see if you got it in the budget. But what so many guys are out there, that's working for peanuts.
yeah. That's a problem.
So many guys. I'm talking about from our era
Yes, I
that's
know.
working for peanuts. So they want you to work for peanuts. So,
Yeah.
Sonny, with all due respect, that's why my time is very, very valuable.
Well, that's it. Time is valuable.
And I'm not going to, and I told Ernest this also. You can go to shows, to get away from the house, and I understand that, especially if it's close. I
Right.
understand that. But I don't leave my house for the hell of it because I'm trying to have a weekend furlough. I leave
Right.
my house to get paid. Other than that, I'm staying at my house.
Well, because you're looking at it as term of just a business.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really get off on, okay, it's cool to go see the boys and stuff like that. But, brother, they ain't got
Yeah.
nothing to do. They ain't got nothing. I mean, I'm not that lonely, okay? I'm not that lonely,
Yeah.
to be honest, that I
Yeah.
really get off on seeing the boys. It's the same boys I see every time I go out. I mean,
Right.
nothing against anybody, and it's good to see the guys. But
Yeah.
I'm not going to shortcut my business just to hang out with guys I used to work
Right.
with. I'm not going to do it, Sonny, not for anybody.
Well,
And
it's interesting because I negotiate such as Starcast for Conrad and Russell Kahn, bring in some of these legend names from Japan. Trust me, airfare is $10,000 to $12,000,
right,
business class or first class ticket.
right,
Okay, and then on top of that they got to get paid, and they're not coming from all the way, fly 15 hours and go back flying 15 hours. It
right,
takes a day to get here, day to get back,
right.
3 days here. They're not doing it for chump change.
And
For
take a week to
$3,000.
recoup and take a week to recuperate.
Right. And so, um, it has to be business.
Right,
And another thing that people don't understand, well, if you and I get invited to San Diego or New York, it ain't about 3-5 hours. We sit there and sign autograph. We got to get
right.
there the day before.
I know. I
You know what I
know.
mean? And
That's what
and
I'm talking about. I talked about that on the show. I
yeah,
said it's going to take me 3 days.
yes, minimum,
Right,
and then you got to recover.
right. And I'm like, then if it wasn't worth my while, why did I do it? Now I'm
Yeah,
pissed off at myself
yeah, no,
because of all the other people here, like I said, that's sucking up all the money or sucking up all the, even the people that go to the shows are not the same anymore. The
no,
people that used to go to the shows had big money to spend.
yeah,
But now they've already spent their money on all these guys already. If you
right,
see what I'm saying, it ain't nothing new to them no more. How many times can you see a Bret Hart or a Sting or
right.
whoever? How many times can you see them?
Well, the most of mine I ever made, I did a percentage deal when there was when the New York when WrestleMania was in New York. There was WrestleCon in New York,
Right. I remember that.
and one of the things that I did was the vendor, hey, do you want to do a split? Then my guarantee, and I said, no, you know what? I'll do a split. Let me tell you why I did a split. Because in New York, WrestleMania, people flying from
Exactly. Everywhere. And you talking about the biggest city in the United States of America.
especially from Europe, they come in.
Right.
We figured it out. 50% of people that came to get autograph from
Right.
Dragon Eye in New York were from Europe,
Right.
and they paid They pay big money.
Right.
You know, I mean, and I made more money at that convention
Right.
than I ever have for anywhere else. I think.
Well,
I
yeah.
think.
I mean, everybody I know that participated. Well, I was there for Vince. That for 4 days almost killed me, and almost killed me. Just imagine how much money I could have made if I had came over to the Rousicon.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. But anyway, it was what it was, man. And that's just one of the things I been struggling with, man. The conventions are just not the same to me,
No.
and that's what's up, man. It's not
But
got
I'm
nothing to do with.
okay, and I hear you. But I'm working on that commercial for you. I mentioned your name, told them who you are. I said, Stevie Ray's available. Booker T still work for WWE, so it's not
Right.
likely. But I said Stevie Ray, you know, and there's so many stuff we could do.
Well, I
match.
appreciate that, man. But if I went to Chicago, I would
Yeah.
rather be there trying to promote the show
Yeah.
than sitting in some fucking deal waiting for people to come by
Right.
and
Right.
get autographs. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? I mean, I might
you
could do
know-
that for a couple of hours,
Yeah. You
and
know
that's
what?
it.
The WrestleCade or a Starcast is usually gets covered by Fight TV,
Right.
and this year, or at least this one, it's being covered by Premier, which is the guy who
So
used to
fight's not
No.
going to cover it anymore.
no. What happened was two guys who used to work for Fight broke away and started a company called Premier.
Okay.
Freddie Prinze Jr. is one of the partner. They used to be a writer for WWE.
Right.
So that's so we if you do come, we could probably promote your show with Premiere.
So Mike is not going to be there at all.
No, not
Oh
this
wow.
one.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay, that's something new.
yeah.
I thought at least he'd be there doing something. Cause I
Yeah,
was just
me
looking
too.
at a show. I was just looking at a show on a wrestling show this past weekend that Fight TV had on pay-per-view. Right before I left, because I went out to a sports bar to see the fight, but I was checking all the pay-per-view stations before I left, and they had a wrestling show on Fight TV. I don't know where it was coming from though. I
Right.
seen some girls wrestling, and it looked like a pretty big venue they were in. I don't know who they were, but I've seen wrestling promotions on Fight TV. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And it's pretty cool.
yeah. You know what's really doing well on the Fight is because Fight also covers a lot of boxing events, and
Right.
but those bare knuckle fights.
Yeah, they were on this past week also.
Yeah, I think they do it up there in that mountain, the way where you want to, get your Stevieville going up there, and they do a lot of that up there, and Utah and
Yes.
stuff.
Matter of fact, they had
because they only on a certain state allow bare
Right.
knuckle fight.
right. Matter of fact, they had a show on this weekend.
Yeah,
It was a pay-per-view show on this weekend. I think the bare knuckles too. I don't know if it was being covered by Fight or somebody else. Like I said, I was just checking the stations. But my boy, Austin Trout,
yeah.
he participated in a couple of them a couple times.
Well,
bare
I'm still
knuckles.
waiting for Stevie Ray versus Ernest the Cat Miller on the Karate Point fight thing.
Don't nobody want to see no point karate. People want to see what they saw Saturday night. They want to see me knock his head in. That's what they want to see.
You
know.
ain't gonna knock his head in.
I'm gonna knock his jaw the other way. He gonna wire his jaw shut.
Well, if they put a 16-ounce glove on both of you, I pay to watch that. I would pay money. I would pay good money. I would sit at the ringside and pay $1,000 to watch it.
But I hear you, brother.
Power on.
I hear you.
Bluetooth pairing. Bluetooth connected.
But Sonny, we're gonna get ready to get out of here, brother.
Yeah, all right.
Another Another great show, man. Another great show.
Always
Laying
good
it,
talking to you.
laying it
Stevie.
down like we always do. See you guys on YouTube. Man, look at my eyes, red, man. Look like I got scratched in the eye, hit in the eye with a punch. We'll see y'all later. Peace.
Or smoking something. Minnesota. We became legal up in Minnesota. This
I think I'm
weekend.
just tired, man. I've been out in that heat all day, man, and I got my air condition fixed on my truck
Yo,
because I've been driving my car, and I hate driving my car on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? That's just not right to be driving
Right.
a car. I like either driving a truck or an SUV, and bruh, driving around. Finally, I got my AC fixed on my truck. Been driving it all day long, man. I mean, feeling good, sitting high, hauling ass, brother, feeling good. Then
no
I leave
Japanese
my
lady gonna run your ass over in that truck.
I leave the stereo place because I had them checking my amp. One of my amps in the back of my truck. It every now and then it'll cut off, like it get too hot and cut off. So I took it up to the stereo place and let them check it. I leave the stereo place, and my air conditioner seemed like it ain't blowing like it should be. So I put my hand down by the vent and said, "Oh, it's blowing pretty cold." Then I
It's
put
hot.
my hand. Then I put my hand up on the passenger side, and it's blowing hot.
Oh,
And that's what I just got fixed on the truck.
Not
The
good.
little actuator behind the dash
Yeah.
go out. I just got it fixed. And guess what? That's what it was doing before. But it was blowing hot on my side and cold on the passenger side. Now it's doing just the opposite.
well, better go get it.
I'm like, I can't win for losing, man. I can't win for losing. So I called my mechanic. He was like, "Hey, brother," he said, "that one we didn't change. That's probably the one that just went out." And like I said, it's been running fine for the last couple of days. And I get in and start it up, get ready to leave, and it's hot. It's like 4:30 going to 5 o'clock. In bumper to bumper traffic time, bro.
Oh man,
But
and you
but
stuck.
it is what it is, man. I'll get it fixed, brother. But that's
Right.
just what I've been going through, bro. But hold on a second here. Hold on 1 second here. My phone is about to go dead. But
All right,
but
well,
Sonny,
charge up your phone. I will
huh?
see you. Charge up your phone. I will see you next week.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight. Appreciate everybody giving their content and giving their comments, because that is the way we do it on Straight Shooting with Stevie Ray tonight, featuring the great Sonny Ono. So, with all of that being said, I might come on this week, I might not. At the end of the day, it's like I always say, be one. Peace.
Peace. Good night.
All right, buddy.
All right, take care.
All right, Sonny.